I've really enjoyed the Citizen Brick and Brick Designed custom Lego sets that they've collabed on. I'm hoping that continues today with their newest release being the claw machine here, which features some nice prints, some cool molds. So let's check out the contents, which will be very similar to the packaging for the rest of their sets. Got the logos on the back, another picture of the build, none of the prizes inside of there though, different links and for the company's warnings, whatever, like it's a real Lego set. And let's check out the parts inside. The set includes 44 official Lego parts, with 4 of them being printed, and of course 8 of these molded minifigure parts, basically, that Citizen Brick made themselves. These aren't new pieces though. They did originally release these, I believe, in January of 2022 with the underwear printing and a neutral face on them. I was lucky to grab one of those on my first release of Citizen Brick products that I bought through them. So do have one in the collection. Nice to see them make a return. Looking at the minifigures, you can see next to a Lego trophy, they're a little bit bigger, so they're not the exact same mold, maybe just slightly sized up, but it fits in the minifigure hand perfectly, so that's fine. This one has printing on it, so I'd be a little bit more careful, but for these new ones with no printing, just throw them in the hand, no issue. Don't think that the head fits in the hand, no, so really just kind of carefully clip it on the legs there. But it's a fun piece. Glad they're having them out in colors again, so hopefully those get printing again soon. No printing this time though, but you get a couple different colors, one of which being a transparent green, which is nice. But decent variety, mostly black, so it won't be a colorful build, but let's go ahead and put it together. And like always, the instructions are going to be a QR code that you'll scan with your phone on the main package. Like I mentioned, the instructions, pretty simple like usual. After you scan the QR code, it has some nice little logos. The parts are all labeled out, and anything that is printed has a red outline on it, which is nice. Makes it a little bit easier to kind of look ahead and figure out what the printed pieces are going to end up being in the instructions. But when you actually get to the instruction parts with a printed part, there is no printing on it. So not super complicated if you're very good at Lego, and these only have like 40 parts, so it should be pretty easy to keep track of that. Like usual, the build is pretty simple. You just start with the base of the machine, add the coin slot. With that, you add the first printed piece, which is pretty cool with the design they used, using the bracket piece to give it a little bit of 3D effect there. First printed piece, like I said, you got to grab it. Next to that, you build another assembly for, I believe, where the prize will drop out. And the controls, same sort of design as that one, but flipped with where the bracket is, using the snot brick to put it on the side. Attach that, and you basically have the main sort of base assembly where the controls are, all of that. And you can see you're gonna be pretty simple, just building up with bricks. And this is where we'll use 2 of the 4 printed pieces for the prizes sort of advertisement for the side of the machine. These panel pieces go on the sides, obviously, and then you get the window pane piece for the front. So you have the glass enclosure all the way around. Right now there is some gappage, which will block up. On top of that, you build the claw assembly, which is a very clever use of the Lego claw piece, obviously, and then the stud, or I guess, yeah, the stud with a hole in it to attach that. Press that on the top, and there's also a light, the other printed piece with the claw machine logo there, using the Lego claw in the logo, so that's kind of fun. And unfortunately, you pretty much can only put the claw in the one position there, but it is kind of cool when you have it at that angle, because it's a nice effect. This point, you would dump in all of the different mini figures, all the colors, to fill that up. And you can see right there some more snot parts, which is to attach the back piece, which is just a plate with tiles on it. So it's effective. You can see on the bottom though, everything's going to be flush there, so you're going to have to be pretty selective on how you attach it to a build, using some jumper tiles, something like that. But you have the full build here, which is fun. It actually fills in pretty well with all the different mini figures, so let's go ahead and get on the rotating stand. And here is the completed claw machine, like we just kind of saw. I think all the prints add a lot to this, just to give it more of the ambiance of being in an arcade, like all their other arcade machine game type builds that they've done. So it definitely fits in thematically. It is just black though, which is probably accurate, but a little bit of a boring color choice, I feel like, since it ends up being, most of their builds are black. I'm sure it helps gathering pieces, since that is a pretty common color for Lego pieces. Shape-wise, again, another square, so it's going to be very similar to the Zoltar machine, where a lot of the same techniques are going to be used here. Probably the most simple build that they've done in a while, where I feel like the main draw is all of the custom parts, which is fine. I think it's a good reason to sell this, main reason why I even bought it, I guess. Not that it isn't a bad build, I think it's perfect for what they're going for, scaling-wise. You get the minifigure by it, it's going to be pretty accurate, so nice and easy to throw into a Lego build, or a Lego city of some sort, which I've said about all these different sets, and it's why I like them so much, because they are just very easy to use, very nice, and the prints just, again, add a lot to them to throw them into the world that they're supposed to be in. Let's compare this to some of the other sets now. And I'm not going to compare it to every single Brick Design set, and really just picked out the, like I said, fun, arcade-type builds. A lot of these pretty simple. I feel like the skee ball one's the best one for all the color that they put in. Would love to see that in some new sets in the future where it is a little bit more bright, pops a little more. I think like the claw machine tile that they picked there in red helps a lot, and the other little colored pieces around the black, but side of the build and back of the build, most of the front of the build, it's all black. Again, it is what these sort of machines would look like, and I guess you could switch out the colors if you wanted to. You just need to figure out what pieces or colors for that window pane piece exist, since none of the color or the black pieces are printed. It's really just the clear and more like accent ones. So if you wanted to figure that out, that is an option. Like I said, Zoltan, going to be very similar, same sort of size, same sort of concept. So you can see they fit in the same world then, I guess, since they are pretty much the same. Big rectangular box with some stuff on it. Perfect. You know, it works. It is accurate, so I can't complain. It's very effective, and I do really, really, really love the little guys in there. Again, like I said, hopefully those come back and they're going to be printed on something. It's a very fun mold. I'm glad they didn't one-off it. But again, let me know, what do you think of all these builds? I definitely think the skee ball machine concept and build-wise is still my favorite, but this one's up there just for the extra molded pieces. All of them, though, great collabs. Glad that they're putting out more smaller, affordable sets, and their collaborations definitely worked out, I feel like, for the community, even for just the fun builds that you can get. So very happy to have another one. If you want to see more custom Lego sets or Citizen Brick and Brick Design collabs, check out all the videos on my channel. I have been Brick Radiop, and I will see you in the next video.